Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mitski time. Thank you for tuning in tonight. So yeah, it's Mitski day. I've been actually kind of slacking on my recording. I've been really busy. I got this lovely little blanket here I'm fixing up. Mitski's released a new album, Nothing About Me. I listened to her 2022 and 2023 album. I thought the 2022 one was decent, but I absolutely loved the 2023 one. I loved the more like folksier country kind of vibe it had. I thought it was produced absolutely amazingly. And yeah, the songs were just really great. And also one of the songs got like real popular on TikTok or whatever, the My Love Is Mine one. And I love it when there's like an actual genuine good song that like gets on the little TikTok train. Because then when you hear all the stupid songs over and over again, at least it's a really good song over and over again. Anyway, Nothing's About to Me happen. Mitski, let's start off with song. Actually, well, I listened to the first single. I thought it was pretty decent. I wasn't in love with it. I heard the second single. I did not hear the second single. Sorry, I did not hear the second single. Wow, this is gonna be a rough recording session. So let's get into this. Song one, In a Lake. Here we go. Gotta turn that down. Okay, I love this already. Actually, I didn't think we were gonna kind of stick with this more like folksier side, but
in a lake you can backstroke forever. The sky before you, the dark right behind. In a big city.
Who produces for Mitski? Because at least this album sounds like so far, and the last one just sound fantastic.
So I'd never live in a small town. I'm slow to learn all the rules.
I'm loving the sound. Like I said, I love the folksier side, but I mean the accordion, and it sounds like a banjo being strung. I don't think it's a mandolin. I think it's a banjo. I could be wrong, but doing some of those strums. Ooh.
In a big city you can start over. The lights all around you, the dark safe inside. In a big city you can start over.
Well, that was absolutely gorgeous and a completely delightful surprise. Again, I thought the single "Where Is My Phone" was pretty decent, but I wasn't in love with it. But I just think this sound suits her so well. And I was reading a little bit about kind of what the album has on Apple Music here. Apparently, she originally wanted it to be a rock band sound, and then once they demoed it, all the songs, it sounds woo woo, but the songs were really asking for more. What does woo woo mean? I'm excited. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this, mainly just because the first single, again, "Where's My Phone?" But I'm excited now. Are we getting a great album here? Let's see. So yeah, this is the single that I heard. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? So yeah, apparently this is a breakup album, from what I'm kind of getting. Record navigates the end of a relationship. That makes sense from what I've kind of been hearing so far. I didn't think I was going to like the song in context with everything else. But I forgot that was there. But yeah, no, I think like sitting down and really kind of listening to it, I think it fits a lot more than I thought it was. I think on a very surface level listen, I was just like, oh yeah, it's just like kind of like these noisy guitars, very garage rock. But there's other things going on in there that kind of blend it with at least what the first song sounds like. I'm kind of changing my mind. I think the song's really cool. I'm stupid. I've listened very surface level. And it's easy just to get like, oh yeah, garage rock, guitars, whatever. But there's so much cool stuff going on here, and the production's great. Just going into this as a single and listening kind of surface level, I was not super impressed, but I think listening more intently. That's why I like doing this, because I get to like sit down and force myself to focus on the music and what's going on sonically, because it's hard to, like, on a day-to-day basis. I pulled so much more out of it. I thought it was great, and I'm excited to see how we transition on to this next song here, song 3, Cats. I kind of hope we get some more of the rowdy stuff, if I'm being honest. Sorry, I'm still kind of thinking about it. I guess I wonder if the 2 cats are the ones on the album, I guess. The orange one that appears only when it zooms out, and then the white one. Orange one's really funny in the picture or painting. Sorry, these lyrics are just beautiful and sad. So I'm just really invested in them. It's kind of a story about like her thinking the life's simple and the, I guess, boyfriend wanting more. It's kind of what it seems like, and she's like, well, look, I'll lay next to you with the cats, that's all I want. And then it seems like the boyfriend might be unsatisfied with that. But I like that she doesn't focus on like his point of view. She's like, oh, you're unsatisfied? Well, I'm gonna stop trying to be someone that you like, and I'm just gonna keep doing me. And I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not pulling everything, but I think it's gorgeous. It seems like it's kind of about like, you know, her just being happy as long as he's doing what makes him happy in a way, and kind of using the cats to represent that in a way, I guess. I don't know. Goodness gracious, knock it off, computer. Stop ding-a-linging at me. You're just like, oh yeah, she had such a great album last year. Or 3 years ago at this point. Wow, holy cow. And you're like, how's she gonna follow it up? Like, I don't know. I'm the kind of guy that sometimes it's like, look, you release one of like my favorite albums of the year. If you want to come out with something a little mid, you can, but it's not. You know, it's like if I leave song 4, sorry, I'm gonna hate me for doing that when I go back to edit it.
If I leave, somebody else will love you.
I feel like this would be something in like a first half of a For the First Time Black Country New Road song before they break out into something just absolutely crazy. Is that just me? I made the reference, but like it's very like dark and angular kind of sounding a bit. Sorry, I just cracked my ankle. What is going on today? I'm so not with it. Good thing this album's good, or else this would be an awful video. Decent reaction video, Kyle, but the music carries. I wonder if we're gonna kind of see different mindsets or perspectives, because this one was about, the Cats one was kind of about him leaving, and this one seemed like it was about her letting him go and kind of him being able to move on, but she doesn't directly say it, but I guess like not, you know, no one knows how, nobody else could forgive me as much as you did kind of thing. So it very much seems like it's like you were really good for me, which it's just interesting in terms of like the other songs. So I wonder if we're gonna kind of get these different viewpoints on a relationship, such as like I won't ever find someone as good as you, you won't find someone as good as me, all I want is for you to be happy, all I want is this, you know, like, I don't know, different viewpoints, I guess, is what I'm kind of curious about, or if those are just like the stages of grief, you know. But song 5, Dead Women.
Would you have likes with what you need?
Ooh.
Saying she gave her life.
So I'm like really diving into these lyrics here. It could be like a metaphor for like fame too, and kind of, you know, being able to create our own vision of That's a crazy line. Ooh. That like synthy bell thing? What is that? Really short, blunt, and to the point, but absolutely gorgeous. But still very like dark and almost twisted sounding in a way. But yeah, originally I thought maybe it was going to go through this idea like, oh, if she died, like she doesn't think her lover or whoever it refers to kind of understands her. So it's like the idea like, oh, if I died, you could tell people who I was through your point of view, so they won't actually know who I am. But then we kind of talk about like actually like killing her. And maybe that's more of a metaphor of like if she leaves the relationship, he tells her friends, which is, when she chooses to go on her own terms, her sewing the rocks in the dress, versus if he kind of breaks up with her, cuts her off, stabbing, that's him stabbing her while she's dreaming, and then taking everything that he wanted out of her, like metaphorically in like a emotional way, and then kind of being able to skew it to the other people in their lives kind of thing. Maybe that's what she's going at. Either way, I think it's lyrically it's incredibly interesting. I think there's so many different little takes and points of views that you can pull from this song. I think it's really incredible. Song 6, Instead of Here. You guys could be watching like a professional music critic, and instead you're just watching me. Thanks. I wasn't getting it at first, but this lyrically, this is incredible. Like, especially like doing first reactions, trying to take everything in. Sometimes it's hard to like fully understand the lyrics. Like I struggle with like some of the Gorilla songs. I could get like an idea or vibe, but I mean, lyrically, storytelling wise, this is it's so interesting but yet clear, and I think that's what like I really appreciate about it. Like it doesn't feel like I have to do a whole bunch of mental gymnastics to get it, but it's not just basic and boring. It's super interesting. I'm really interested in this one lyrically, because I know like a lot of these songs are about breaking up, and this one's a bit more abstract, so I'm not sure if it's literally meant to be about death. Like one of my theories at first was that maybe it was about her having like a near-death experience when she was a kid, and then maybe having another one kind of later on as an adult, and kind of the idea like she survived the one as a kid because death came and was like, oh, you're just a kid, I don't know if I want to like do that. But it could also be maybe more metaphorical death is representative of this bad relationship. I'll stop theorizing. I'm just going to keep enjoying myself. You can't think too deep into them sometimes. You'll take the enjoyment out. So song 7, I'll Change for You. Baby, you can change. Again, another great song that popped off on TikTok. Sometimes we can just appreciate good music, even if it's popular. Hold on. I'm loving like the drums with the bass. Oh, and the good. Oh, I love everything. This is offensively good. I don't know what I mean by that, but I'm almost hurt by how good this sounds. It makes me mad. Why does it sound so nice? Bars. Well, I love that little diegetic kind of sound. Absolutely. And the little guitar run at the end, holy cow, that was so lush and beautiful. I know lush was my word for the Gorillaz video, but gosh dang, that thing was stunning. That song was dripped out, as the kids would say. That was definitely one of my favorites for sure. That's going on the playlist, the 2026 playlist. That thing was gorgeous. I love that. It seemed like the lyrics were very much about kind of like maybe she's noticing the relationship's ending and she's trying to change herself in order to kind of keep it going because she doesn't want to be alone. And like, you've built all that time with somebody and she doesn't want to let that go, right? He's also holds all these memories that she holds, and the idea of kind of just like putting him in a box and throwing him down a lake is just like, she doesn't want to do that. You know, which you wonder, like, is that because she still loves him, or is that because time invested and you don't want to kind of give up, even though maybe it's time to? And I wonder, maybe we'll dive into that more here, or maybe not. I don't know. Let's move on to song 8.
1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 come over, I'll be dressed like your best idea. Number 2,
That was cute. I love those horns.
Number 3, you will ruin
Oh,
me.
that was quick.
Number 4, I'm nobody's anyone. And 6 in the morning, I'll be woken up by that old light, that old light, that old light, that old light.
Digging the organ. I like that she's saying the numbers, so it kind of, I guess, takes the order that they go. So, what is it? Number 1, come over dressed, gentle, ruin. I like that it kind of puts it in this kind of pattern. It's not necessarily 1 2 3 5. It's like 1 2. We're gonna have our little dates back and forth, and then you ruin me, and then we'll have our date, and you ruin, and then you leave me, and then it's like we'll repeat that kind of thing. I think that's really neat, cool, creative way of doing that, kind of listing things out by 1 2 3 4 5, but then you count them in different ways: 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 kind of thing. I think it's a really creative take on that, like, listing thing that I feel like we've heard before in songs, where they're kind of like, step 1, you do a little twist. Step 2, it's like you get the things to do, and then you kind of get told what order to do them in. It's just neat. All right, for 9, the White Cat.
I see him through my window, the white neighborhood cat marking my house.
This is kind of weird.
It's
I like
supposed
it.
to be my house, but I guess according to cats, now it's his.
Normalize yelling at animals for peeing on your stuff by going, "Hey, that's mine." Her vocals are great here.
Anything you
They got that like slightly overdriven, but still kind of like pretty dry,
what you live through.
especially compared to, like, I feel like a lot of like that one's been a bit like reverbed. I love that this is just kind of dry. It's a nice contrast. Yeah, we even had like an almost like popped pea there. Almost. Feels very raw. We are aggressively stomping that hi-hat pedal. That one was really cool. I think it really kind of stood out from everything else. Again, like, I love that it was felt a bit more like dry than everything else, in terms of like reverb. If that's not making sense, I just had to explain that. I think that lyrically it's really interesting, this idea, just like, it almost feels like it's like nothing's actually really mine. Like, I have this house, but the freaking cat's peeing on it, so it's the cat's house. I gotta pay for the cat, and then I gotta pay for the birds that the cat eats, and I gotta pay for the bugs that the birds eat that eat my blood. It feels very like going into a spiral of like, what's the point of any, but in like a very fun and creative way versus just being like depressing about it. It's very fun. I really like it. Song 10. Sharon's Oboe? Let's see here. It always felt like woo woo woo, kind of like doggy woofs.
She only jewel in the place where their people went to
Now they feel much more holy.
she'd
You're talking about
wait
vigils.
the rest of her nights in that house, feeding all the light at 12 o'clock. A dozen silent
A dozen dogs? I thought it was two.
different types.
I made that number up.
She almost was one of the girls.
I'm not sure if I'm following this story that much. Outside the fact that I guess she's taking care of the dogs that lived in this previous house. Maybe the dogs represent the boyfriend. You know, there was these girls that used to take care of the boy, the 12 boy dogs, and then they leave, and instead of fixing themselves and getting better, they go on to another woman and need to be taken care of by another woman. I don't know. Words about dogs. But you know, I think it's an interesting story. Again, I'm not sure if I'm digging too much deep into stuff, making stuff up about the men being dogs, the dogs being men. Maybe it's about her being able to want to give more than she can currently give. And she has this house she needs to take care of. The house represents herself, and there's dogs or other people out there that need her help, or just dogs, because who doesn't want to take care of dogs? But she has to take care of herself before she can take care of the dog. She can't, you know, give too much of herself before. Maybe that's why the other girls died, because they took care of the dogs before they took care of themselves. I don't know. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy trying to figure things out, just like you. Maybe you're not a guy. I don't know. You can be whatever you want. So just do that. Song 11, Lightning. I'm excited for this one because it reminds me that we have new Lightning Bolt coming out later this month as well. But I'm less excited about it because it's the last song on the album, and this is an incredibly beautiful album. I'm really excited because I almost didn't do this reaction because I was like, it's gonna be Mitski, be a little folky. I'm not sure if I'm up for that, and I was surprisingly super up for this. This is, I mean, I think it's one of those things. Again, like the last album I thought was so great, I was almost like, there's no way this one can be like on par with it. But I really think it is. I think this one's absolutely fantastic as well. It's gorgeous. So yeah, don't let this one go under the radar. If I say 10 songs in and you're watching my video where I listen to the album, but don't let it go under the radar. Song 11, Lightning. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this baby up.
Lightning hit so close, sounded like a big tin can. Here we are, we've been
I mean, yeah, great example.
to be born again. All again. If I'm dark, all the
That was a really cool sound. That was great. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure if I fully picked up on all the lyrics here. Let me do a little skim, get back again. Falling in the dark. Maybe it's kind of a metaphor for kind of death. Kind of represents like, you know, mourning, ending a relationship, grieving, being sad or depressed, and kind of being like, hey, if I come back, I will gladly grieve again, just so I can see the metaphorical sunrise of the good things that I, you know, have going for me in whatever relationship. You know, even if my next relationship doesn't work out as well and I end up metaphorically dead, when I get reborn and find a new one, it's gonna be worth it because I'll find the sunrise and I'll reflect the moonlight, and then the thunder will come or the lightning or whatever, and it'll all be kind of reset. That's maybe. Let me know what you guys think about this album. But before we kind of close, for some reason, I'm asking you guys what you think when I'm supposed to tell you what I think first, and then I ask you what you think. This has been a really weird. I don't know. I've been like in a weird mood. I've been acting so goofy. It's not even a goofy album, and I keep kicking my desk. But you know, this was an absolutely gorgeous album that I'm super happy I ended up doing a reaction to and didn't overlook again. I was just worried with how like a bit more garage rocky the first single was. I was worried sitting through a whole album of just that, but of course it's Mitski, and it was more than that. And again, even Where's My Phone, I adored more sitting here kind of being able to give a full listen. This is why actually sitting down and listening to music intently with like your full focus is important, in my opinion, because you could pull so much more out of it than you ever think you would. And I think something like this Mitski album here is a great example of that. Like, there's so much to pull from lyrically. There's so much incredible, folksy, beautiful instrumentation. I love that she used, I guess it was all the live band. So you have this really great wide variety of sounds. And I love that she brought in that more rock inside that I've never really heard from her, because I didn't really listen to much of her past stuff where I think she was a bit more rowdy, you know. So I personally got a ton out of this. This was incredible. Like, I said it earlier in the video, but sometimes you do just like look at an artist and you're like, how do you just keep writing stuff this good? Like, how do you just keep doing it? But she does it. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this Mitski record. I really loved it. So yeah, and if there's a Mitski record I should check out as well from like some of her early work, whether it be The Cowboy or Puberty 2, Bury Me at Makeout Creek, I think those ones I've heard and are really popular. I've kind of meant to go back to them, but there's so much music, it's hard to go back to old stuff. But if I have time, maybe I will. I can't promise a reaction for it because there's so much other stuff I have to do. It's hard to keep up with this channel enough sometimes. It's not my full-time job, so not yet. I'm gonna hit a bazillion streams and then I'll be a freaking bazillionaire. It's gonna be awesome, guys. Let me know what your favorite Mitski record is, just out of curiosity. And yeah, I'll see you guys the next time I do a video. Well, you'll see me. I probably won't see you. That'd be creepy. Love you, mean it. See you. Bye. What am I doing? I'm looking at Apple Music. That's not how I stop the recording.